Hi. Oh my God, I don't know what to say. I'm so shy. Oh my God, I'm so shy. Hi everyone, how are you doing? How are you guys on Otafest? How are you doing? My voice sounds a little bit funny. I tried to eat a hoagie with a wrapper on, my bad. Okay. In case you guys don't know who I am, my name is Otafest. I am from season 12 of RuPaul's Drag Race. If you have not watched it, I won. Okay. Don't you tell them. Okay, bitch. Alright. So a lot of people, I look like a lot of other Drag Race people. They usually say I look like Trixie Mattel, and if they're racist, they say kimchi. But I'm going to tell you that I am Otafest. I am an avid anime watcher. I love video games. I love drag, cross-dressing, if it wasn't obvious. I just wanted to say that I am very humbled to be here at Otafest today because I have been here in these seats as people attending opening ceremonies, going to anime conventions. I've done it all. I've Naruto ran, okay? I've watched AMV Hell in the hallways over here. I've smelled the Super Smash Bros. Melee players. Incidentally, it is a shame that we are not sponsored by a soap company this year. I'm looking at you. Who's in charge of it? Get Dawn on it. They can stop washing all those ducks with oil on it. They can wash all these people over here, okay? I'm just kidding. You know who you are. Okay? But I'm very humbled to be here today. I have a lot of events happening this weekend. Today we're going to be doing a drag show. It's gonna be fucking stupid. It's gonna be really dumb. It's gonna be held here on the main stage. If you guys are available, please come, unless you're homophobic, then get out. Or stay, I really don't care, honestly. I'm down. Protest it. I'm not reading to children. Okay. I'll also be doing meet and greets in the, you guys got that? Okay. I'll also be doing meet and greets in the exhibitor hall. I'll be doing them today, all day tomorrow, and I'll be doing a live demonstration on how to fill a pony jar in case you guys.
Oh no. Oh Jesus.
Deep cut, right? It's a deep cut. Everything out of my mouth is really sneaky today. But on Sunday, I'll also be holding a panel, a drag panel from 4 to 5. I have no clue where it is, okay? So you guys have the schedules and you guys have the maps, so you'll probably get there before me. But I will have a panel then.
That did have that capability, and now I have a lot of Source Connect clients, so I'm really happy about that. For animation and games, they generally want you in studio, but for some reason for commercials, they're like, no, we want you like in your booth at home. So yeah, I would say it was a net positive, but it was definitely not comfortable, and I don't like being uncomfy, so there you go.
I think following up on that, something that you guys just sparked in me there is, you know, as someone who has done some remote dubbing myself and been in the studio, you know, there is a different energy, there's different challenges, and I'm wondering if this is something you guys encountered, if you actually, I know as Erica L. just said there, why do we have two guests to say?
You can call me the other one.
You like to be in studio, right? Because there's also that energy there. You don't have to deal with the technical stuff. Does this resonate with you guys? Do you prefer to be in studio? Do you want that energy of the director?
We all want to be a pretty princess taken care of in the studio. We all want that.
I want a latte. I want my latte.
But yeah, I definitely once things were kind of heading back in the direction of being in studio, like there was a time where I think they kind of left it up to us. They said, hey, you know, you can record from home, but if you'd like to come in. And for me, especially as of late, I've been saying, yeah, I'd like to come in because I can engineer myself. I know enough as far as adjusting the input levels and all that stuff where I can, but I would rather not. I'd rather leave that to a professional, and I can just perform and be wild and not have to catch myself in the moment to be, let me turn the thing down Scotia a little bit. Okay, now back to performing with reckless abandon. Oh, wait, hold on, I can't do that. It's really, that takes some of the fun out of it, so I like going in for that. And then, if there's technical difficulties, it's not my fault. It's too. And we live with cats who, they don't know boundaries. They'll, oh, you working? Hey, Dad, I suddenly decided I want attention now. Yeah, let me...
I need to get out of this room suddenly.
Yeah, hey.
You know, I sleep here all day. Please let me out.
Would you please, so...
It's just easier to go back and see you.
Yeah.
But it is nice when like it's a short, really short session. So obviously you have to drive to the studios, and that takes anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour. So if it's like you're in for like 10 lines, you don't want to drive to a studio. So it's nice to like just roll out of bed sometimes if it's a morning session, and then just be there and record it. I'm seeing that like less and less even now though. But yeah, the no engineering thing, like no self-engineering is definitely a perk. And for me, being a massive introvert, I actually found myself really, really wanting to go back in, like not just for technical reasons, but like I do need like that energy from people from time to time. I've learned about myself, and it's just nice to see people and to interact with people that you're working with. I think it creates a better environment. And so I was, once they let me back in the studio, I was like, I will go. Please just let me let me leave my house. Stop! What do you do?
They're passing notes.
I'm trying my luck. I wrote, will you go out with me? Yes, no, circle one. She circled yes and said, I guess. And now I have, will you marry me? Yes, no, circle one. So we'll see what she says.
So anyone that was shipping for Eric Squared, I think it's happening.
It is materializing.
And you get to choose which is Erica 1 and Erica 2 to you.
She just drew a 1 and circled it. I don't know what that means.
It said circle one.
I think what a lot of us have also recognized is how valuable that engineer and that director's input is. That we collaborate a lot, we come with our good idea, but that's the start of it, right? It's a malleable relationship where, I don't know about their experience, but you spend like a third of the session telling each other jokes and stories and being friends and coming up with, you know, the relationship that allows you to do the weird. And if you have great relationships with your engineers and directors, then you really do miss that. And like Lucian was saying, when you have to ride the game knob while you're getting loud and you just...
What's the starting age to do the voice acting? Is there one?
Well, I mean, my 7-year-old does VA work with me. COVID was really interesting because I'm sure people that have like more productive skills like carpentry and plumbing were also teaching their kids about skills that they might need on Earth. And so I taught my kids voice acting, and we have a home booth, and we did a lot of work together, and it was very lovely. So there isn't really an age per se. A lot of clients, especially if you, we know this, right? The teenage protag boys in animes are almost exclusively done by women. Women's voices don't change as much as men's. You know, if people were familiar with products like Adventure Time, like Finn was initially voiced by his brother, and his brother's voice changed. By the time it was time to do the proper Adventure Time recordings, the younger sibling of that same family got Finn and was able to kind of like navigate it. But there isn't a hard and fast rule. And sometimes they want genuine children. Like a lot of the learning apps that my kids and I were doing, they wanted real kids. These were to help kids around the world, maybe with English skills or expression skills and story. And so they wanted real representative kids. And so it really depends on the type of work you're going out for. In the world of audiobooks and things like that, typically it's an adult realm. But again, if you've got like a YA type of novel, you might want someone in their tweens to teens to also represent that. So it's really, again, it's a very inclusive and equalizing art form. Doesn't matter how we get in front of that mic, doesn't matter what we look like, it doesn't matter what our vessel is, it matters like what we can express.
Second question, how does one start?
There are a myriad of ways. usually a lot of people figure out what they would like to do within the sphere. And I know like voicing anime and cartoons and video games is like, I just want to do that. And it's understandable. It's just that there's not as much of that work as there is voiceover work in the sphere. There's way more commercials. There's way more narration. There's way more of the types of work that might be a bit, you know, less cool, but it's more consistent. And dub work typically is lower paid, non-union kind of world. Prelay is typically unionized, and so the pay is higher, the residuals are higher, but you know, getting into an agent and getting with studios like that, and you know, being in the union, all those things are like 5-year goals. It's fine that we aren't starting there. So, you know, if you want to do audiobooks, yeah, you go check out like ACX, or you know, if you want to do commercials, you can sign up for any pay-to-play site. There's 100 commercials a day. And if you want to do anime and video game work, some people go to places like Casting Call Club just to do more of like a community, like almost like an indie film community theater type of level where you're collaborating and you're learning as you go. And yeah, maybe it's pretty low valued, like maybe there's low or no pay. But at least you're trying to get the skills to be able to apply that to the things we're finding on Twitter and Reddit, and you know, people are posting all over the sphere with regards to their voice acting needs. And you know, then it's a numbers game. Most VAs that are working professionally only land between 1 in 10 and 1 in 20 of their auditions. And that was the pre-COVID numbers. So it really did change when the world shut down and we did everything online, because then you were going out for 50 or 100 auditions a week and hoping for 1 or 2 gigs. And it was very labor intensive, but you could also start to see, okay, what type of work is being asked for, what are the scripts looking like, what are clients expecting right now, and then we all modified, right? We all went through change in 2020 as to like, oh, I thought I knew what the game was. The game is a game, I'm learning. First roll.
Baby ghost, baby ghost. Damn.
Hyper.
Hyper Ghost.
Hyper Ghost.
Oh, it's the new spin-off.
Good luck.
All right. Amy is the most balanced character in this whole Caliber 6.
Yes. And perfectly, every person who gets beaten down by Amy relentlessly, that's what they have to say. The Amy player will stop playing with them. Amy player's like, say it. All right.
Next.
Okay. Let's actually change the order, because then the joke's not as funny. We're going to go to Brendan.
Oh,
yeah.
dear.
There you go, Brendan.
Can I tell him his line if I could? I think I remember it.
What is it?
It's, I've got a secret, but I'll never tell.
Great.
Wow, that's a good roll.
5 is the destroyer.
Please be baby. We should have done all baby. Geriatric destroyer.
And I don't know if you want to interpret that as the destroyer of the geriatrics, or this is a geriatric person destroying you.
Oh yeah.
That's the line.
Open to interpretation.
I have a secret I'll never tell.
have a secret, but I'll never tell.
I want all of these NPCs to appear in our next campaign.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, let's get those dice. All right, Erica.
Which one?
Which one?
Yeah. Erica.
$166. I'm wondering if he's going to outbid your 600.
Yeah, I'm thinking that.
So is there a number above 600 you are prepared to do? And we will just do it. And we'll see which one of you is willing to do a different one.
Hit the devil!
Otherwise 600 is going once. 600 is going twice. Sold for $600. You kids like skateboards?
We have broken $10,000!
All right,
get junk, right?
I don't know where we are on the sheets anymore. It's a skateboard emblazoned with Pokemons. So do I turn it around? You want to see the other side? Okay, it's grip tape. Oh, you want to turn it? You want it this way?
Yeah. There you go.
Do I see 50 bucks? 50. How about 80? 80? 90? 100? 100. 110? 120? 130? 140? 250?
Oh!
300?
Monkey!
300. 400.
Oh, that's climbing.
500.
Oh dear.
If anyone would like to go above 500, we are welcome to it. Otherwise, 500 is going once. 500?
Daniel.
Sorry? 510. We've got 510. Do I 600. If anyone wants to go above 600, please put your hand up. 600. It's going once. Twice. Sold.
Damn.
Do we know what it is? Do we know where we are?
Unfortunately, we're just going.
What is it then?
Yes.
Is it a meow?
It is a Regal Cat Cafe gift basket. It has goodies from Regal Cat Cafe, our lovely charity partner. As you know, Regal Cat Cafe is currently owned by Meow Foundation.
Okay, this beautiful basket. Can we get $30? Can we get 40? Can we get 50? How about 60? 60 in the back? 70 now. 65? 65. 70 in the back. 80? 80 right here. 90? 90 right, no, that's pointing. So 80 right here, how about 90? 85. Then 80's going once. 80's going twice. Sunglasses, it's yours for 80. And if that basket wasn't baskety enough, the contents on this are long and lengthy, and if you are a cat owner or know someone that would like to be or is one, there is a plethora of items in here. Let's see if this basket can get us $75. 75. How about 100? Going for 100? Let's see 125 then. 125 over at the pole. How about 150? 125 at the pole, maybe 140. 140, thank you. Well, you want to go 150 then? Because it was 140 behind you. You want to go 150? 145. 150 anywhere? At the pole. 160 anywhere? 155 anywhere? 155? How about 160 now? 160? Alright, 165? 163. 160 is going once. 160 is going twice. Sold $160. This Sailor Moon painting is lovely, and it's starting at $40. So if we've got $40 for this painting, we could start it at 30, I suppose. It seems 30 right here. Now 35, 40 right there. How about 50 then? If we've got 50.
About a video from Eric and Beck, who had to fly away home a little bit earlier. So welcome back to the stage for the
Well, let me warm up the crowd. I live here. I get to stay after this. You guys, we're so grateful that you take the time and fly in and spend this time with us. So, thank you, Otafest. Obviously, if you've been any more than this year, you've seen me, you've met me. I somehow get to keep being allowed to be a part of this incredible group and this incredible family. And maybe I say it too often, but I really do think of it as my home convention. And I am, you know, Calgary, and I live here. I'm so grateful that this exists because when I look at you, and I hope that you've taken a look at your neighbor and the neighbor behind you and the neighbor in front of you and realize what you have is the most diverse and eclectic and love-filled group possible. And we get them all here as long as we can keep doing this together every year. And what a great celebration we get to have. So thank you all. The charity auction, and I'm not going to say the numbers, but the numbers are good. And this seems to be a bit of a repeat since last year, but my lovely banner got purchased again by a great friend of the convention and great friend to all of us. Thank you, Levi. And Levi films these things and takes great care of us. Thank you so much, sir. And finally, I feel like I keep wanting to cry ever since that wedding proposal, or maybe it's the Sunday we're saying goodbye moment. But if you're feeling you want to cry, it's okay. It is hard, and it means something. So if you take anything away from this, remember, it meant something, and the love you poured towards and around each other mattered and nurtured the yous that you are becoming, because becoming you takes a lifetime. And you're sharing with us the journey of you becoming the new versions of you every time you show up and celebrate with us and celebrate yourselves and love each other. And we're so incredibly grateful. And instead of clapping for me because your hands are getting raw, before I pass this on, just a quick raindrop. Just a little calming raindrop. Like tears from heaven. Thank you, and please welcome Erica.
It's hard to follow that. But I wanted to say,
I know I'll never be the same. Shook my world so hard again. Wish I washed away my sins. He's a dead man walking, blank stare in his eyes. Should have given up on the ones I trust. Never should have been surprised when they shot him down. Cold blood to the ground.